Hey, awesome people of YouTube, welcome back to another TFD or the first Descendant video. In this one, I'm going to be showcasing you my Freyna builds, mobbing build, and the build that I use primarily for void intercept battles. There's kind of two versions for that later one. But before we get started, I just want to say, if you enjoy this type of videos, do help me out by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing. It truly helps a lot. And if you don't like this type of content, do let me know by disliking it and tell me why so I can improve. Don't just dislike it, just tell me why, what I can improve. And we also do stream every single day on Twitch, 4 p.m. And we do have our own Discord, link is down in the description. And we'll be streaming a different game for a little bit because right now, we kind of grinded out a little bit, don't want to get burned out. But with all that said, still be playing for Descendant. Let's get into the Freyna build. As I said, there's two. So for the first one, for our mobbing build, this is what I usually run, right? Ignore this module, right? I run increase HP, defense. Obviously you want to stay tanky. For this module, just pick any, it's your preference, you know. I will pick technician for skill power modifier so we can hit harder. Agony for more MP and defense because we have less MP because of our skill conversion, but we get less cooldown. We have contagion, which, you know, spreads our poison on kill. We have tax specialist for more tech skill power. We have number of fingers to even get more of our cooldown. That's why we're at minus 62.1 skill cooldown. We have skill extension for more duration of poison. Spear and shield for more defense and skill power. So this is tanky, and this is not your ultimate big damage. This is just for mobbing, you know, spam your abilities. With this setup, if we look at our stuff, our first skill comes back every 4.2 seconds, and it lasts, the toxic powder lasts 6.8 seconds. The room 0 trauma lasts 8.2, which means it can tick more. So if you're doing special operations or if it's an elite, it will tick a little bit more. So extra 2 ticks on that. The poison lasts extra 3 seconds, so 3 more ticks. Just massive, and you can just have it 2 of them at a time, or just as soon as that's done you can spam another one. R2 kind of doesn't feel like, I don't feel like it does much. That increase in defense, honestly, it's the base defense, so it's not really worth it. R3 comes back every 9.5 seconds and it lasts 16.4, so you see it lasts a long time. Toxic footprint lasts 10.9 seconds. The venom soak lasts 13.6. Poison itself lasts 13.6, so a lot more long lasting and a lot more spammability. And our super, our ultimate, comes back every 41.7 seconds. You can almost have it 3 times as fast, and the duration of it is 13.6 seconds, which is not massive, but it can help you in case you're getting like stun lock and stuff like that. Room 0 trauma lasts 8.2 seconds. The poison lasts longer, so a lot more tick damage, right? That's what I use. The weapon that you would probably use, it would be, I don't know what I mean, is Fallen Hope, just to have that spread. But this is just a build that's not for the guns, right? I still like to use my Python. This is my more finished Python, and I know I'm running fixed shot just because I don't want to deal with recoil. I'm really bad at doing it, but this is my Python build that I use for mobbing and for bossing. You know, does a lot of weak point. On elites, just headshots, right? So that is the mobbing build. Now we're going to be talking about 2 different bossing builds, right? One is boss and one is boss test. It just depends on what you want to do, how you want to play it. So we'll do this one first, the boss build, right? So this one, we don't run contagion on this one. I apologize for that one. You would run a different module. If I can find it. Where? There you go. Oh, okay. There you go. Neurotoxin synthesis, because it doesn't spread poison. But if you're doing the boss battles to avoid intercept, it doesn't matter. You just need to add attack reduction and weaken regeneration on the bosses. So you would run that. Again, your sub is just anything. I select to run a tank with increased defense and increased HP. The skill extension for more duration, nimble fingers and MP conversion for more cooldown, technician for more damage, agony for more MP and defense, tax specialist for more skill power, spear and shield for more defense, and you would run like this, the emergency measure, right? The reason why I don't have this maxed out is because I can get 3 more points here, or I can lower this. But if I put the Malachite socket, I won't be able to run my actual boss build. And then you run this. You can substitute this with something else if you want. No, but this is the setup that I run, right? It's pretty good. Oh, I used to run, sorry. Right, this is more of spamming your abilities. It doesn't hit as hard, but you still have that decent lasting and a good cooldown, right? You know? So it's pretty good. Oh. Now what we want to do. Now for the build that I actually started to run, because I was doing a test, that's why it says boss test, is this setup. Still running a shock punch. Again, you can change that new attacks and synthesis. Again, I don't want to put it because the contagion is a different mod. It's not Xanthic, it's Rutile. We run skill extension for more duration. We still run increase HP and defense because we're not dying, right? You wouldn't run nimble fingers. But an MP conversion just to have that less cooldown. Yes, we lose an MP, it sucks, but that's okay. Spear and shield again for tankiness. Technician for modifier. Agony, same thing for tankiness and to recover some of that MP so we don't just starve for the MP. Tax specialist again for more damage. You run emergency measure with a skill critical hit rate and critical hit damage, right? It's pretty good. Now in the slot over here, what you would run is skill insight, right? Get that and you put it in so you get more critical hit rate. What you can also do is if you're soloing stuff or you don't really care about having 50k defense, you can drop spear and shield, right? Or if you don't care about not having as much MP, you can drop agony if you want to just use your ultimate and put whatchamacallit, skill concentration and skill insight, so you get more critical hit rate and more critical hit damage, which allow you to be huge. I can't show you the stats because again I don't have enough module capacity. I can't switch it, right? Because I like my this setup. But with this, you allow you to have more critical hit rate and more critical hit damage, right? It is worth it. Unfortunately, you cannot put this one, which sucks, right? Or any of them. But even without it, our critical hit rate is 9, almost, it's 9.5, right? Our critical hit damage is not great, but if you put those two mods, you get more critical hit rate. Even though it's only like 10 and be like 12 maybe percent, maybe a little more, is still gonna be good because in the gun that I use, I'm able to get like at least 5 to 6 crits, right? Now with more critical hit rate, it'll be better, and more critical hit damage, you get more damage. Now for the gun, I use Python. For your secondary, I don't have that one. You would use something like Fallen Hope. Just put a lot of ammo on it, mods, so your ultimate will get more ammo, right? So with this setup, I'm gonna go and I'll show you how much damage it does. I'll show you all 3 builds in, so to speak, action, right? We're just gonna utilize the lab, gonna use it on the enemy and on the pack. So you know, you could test it out. You go to this girl and you enter a laboratory. Excuse me, I'm still a bit sick. Now laboratory is really good, so you can test out your builds, you can change a lot of stuff, right? So once you're in here, you can refresh your abilities to replenish supplies. You know, you have your storage box in case you need to change something, and this is where you change stuff. Laboratory settings, we're gonna put say not 9 of them, right? We're gonna spawn them. We're gonna change our setup from bossing to mobs, right? As you can see, it does almost 51k, 66 on a crit. Now we're gonna replenish our supply, and we're gonna redo this time with them actually dying. Turn off all this invincibility. Yep. Then boom. As you can see, before it was just hitting the first thing. Now it hit way more. That was pretty big. Now we're gonna turn on this a little bit different. Turn on their settings. Oh, we even put them on max level. Let's change that. There you go. So you'll be able to see level 100 enemies. Pretty nice. It won't kill him instantly, but it'll slowly kill him. Look at that. And it's actually damaging. There we go. Look at that. About same player. Pretty good. Took a little bit longer, but you can also help with yourself, or you could just throw it and focus on something else. Now we're gonna turn on invincibility, and we're gonna change it to just 1. Right? Then we're gonna change our build to the first boss setup, and just so you guys can see. Right? I'm gonna use this gun. Now we're just gonna use our ultimate. They're hitting for 88k, 115 on a crit, right? We crit it 1 time, right? 212 with poison. Pretty big damage. Definitely easy over probably a couple mil damage. I can't do math, so yeah. Now we're gonna switch the same setup to this boss test build. Obviously, we don't have the skill inside. I'm unable to wear it because I'm not maxed out level. If I was, I'll get that more. Now with this, we definitely get a huge crit. Now we've seen we created once with the previous one. We already had 1 crit, 2 crit, 3, 4 crit, and we're heading for harder. Seeing our crit, we'll just do this one more time. Our shots were hitting for a good amount, and our crit was good. Now 83 normally, and our crit was 138k. 253 on the big crit. Way better than the before one. So if you want to spam your ability, you do the first boss build. If you want to hit harder, primarily just do as much as possible, use the second boss build. And just to show you, this is the second boss build. And I give it a few seconds. And for the first boss build, this is it. Right? Now for the gun, it's up to you. This is the same gun. I wouldn't change anything, you know. There's no point adding an extra module socket because, well, it's already maxed out. But this is the 2/3 builds that I would run or recommend people to run. If you have any questions, again, feel free to comment or ask me in Discord. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope you leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, and bye-bye.